Hamlet, Claudius, Gertrude, Polonius, Horatio, Ophelia, Laertes, Fortinbras. The Ghost. Hamlet. Main character. Son of Gertrude and the dead king, the ghost, which makes him the prince and next in line. Best friend is Horatio. Is in love with Ophelia, but will not be able to marry her because of her social rank. The ghost will only appear to him. Swears revenge on his uncle for the murder of his father and will do anything to get it. Murders Polonius by accident thinking it was Claudius. Is fatally wounded by Laertes with a poisoned sword during a duel, but is able to kill Laertes and Claudius before his death, fulfilling his revenge. Names Fortinbras as the next king before his death at the end of the play. Back to menu. Claudius. Brother of the dead king, the ghost, and now rules over the country. Marries Gertrude at the beginning of the play. Found to be the king's murderer so he could get the throne and Gertrude. Does occasionally show guilt for his crimes. Tries to get Hamlet declared insane and sent away from the palace when he learns that Hamlet knows he's the murderer. Tries to poison Hamlet with a drink, but Gertrude drinks it instead on accident and dies. Killed at the end by Hamlet. Back to menu. Gertrude. Was married to the dead king, the ghost, but is now the wife of Claudius. Hamlet's mother and cares deeply for him. Hamlet suspects her of having a hand in the king's murder, but discovers she's innocent towards the end. Despite not being a part of the murder, it is made clear she may have had relations with Claudius beforehand. Is killed during the duel at the end of the play by accidentally drinking poison that was meant for Hamlet. Back to menu. Polonius, the Lord Chamberlain of Claudius's court. The father of Ophelia and Laertes. Is known for spying on the other characters from time to time for Claudius. Was spying on Gertrude and Hamlet when Hamlet mistook him for Claudius and killed him. Back to menu. Horatio, the best friend of Hamlet and is extremely loyal to him. Helps Hamlet throughout the play to discover if the king is truly guilty. He is the only character to survive the play. Remains alive to carry out Hamlet's order of making Fortinbras king and to tell the story of what happened to the royal family. Back to menu. Ophelia, the daughter of Polonius and sister of Laertes. The love interest of Hamlet and wishes to marry him. After the murder of her father, she begins to lose her mind and eventually go crazy. Due to her mental state and grief, she drowns herself in a pond by the castle. Back to menu. Laertes, the son of Polonius and brother of Ophelia. Spends most of his time in France gambling his money away and usually just comes back home to get more money. Seeks revenge on Hamlet for the murder of his father and works with Claudius to get it. Before a duel with Hamlet, he dips his sword in poison so he can kill him with just one cut from the blade. In the duel he does cut Hamlet with the blade, but he gets cut as well and dies soon after from it. Back to menu. Fortinbras. The young prince of Norway, whose father the king was killed by Hamlet's father. Now he wishes to attack Denmark to avenge his father's honor, making him another foil for Prince Hamlet. He is a great leader and it's because of this that Hamlet names him king before his death at the end. He takes the throne and gives Hamlet a proper burial. Back to menu. The ghost. He is the ghost of the recently dead king. Father of Hamlet, brother of Claudius, and first husband of Gertrude. Appears to Hamlet to tell him that he was actually murdered by Claudius. Only reappears one more time to keep Hamlet on his path for revenge. Back to menu. Quiz. Which character is left with the task of telling the story of how the royal family fell in Hamlet's story? Fortinbras. Laertes. Horatio. Back to menu. Try again. Fortinbras is the new king at the end of the play, but he arrives after many of the characters have been killed, so he has to learn what happened. Back to quiz. Try again. Laertes is killed at the beginning of the end of the play. He couldn't be the one to carry on the story because he is dead.